Well, good morning, everybody. How you all doing? Whittler Dave here. Well, we got more rain here in Tennessee. Yes, we do. I just want to say a prayer to everyone that's been affected with the tornadoes and everything. That's really sad. I've been watching videos on stuff, and it brings back a lot of rough old memories because I grew up in Tornado Alley. Lord, I know how it is. I never did lose my house or anything, but I had too many good friends that did. So I'm really thankful for that, but it's really sad to see somebody lose everything. Yes, it is. So I'm just sending out prayers and love for everyone that's been affected. But anywho, I got to get the back of this flag done. And, I like everything just a certain way. I'm going to make a little noise here. I apologize, but hang on. So I get rid of this paint on the back of it. Just a little bit. Was easy. I'm telling you. Real easy. Let me grab a Forstner bit here because I want to do what I call the country boy hanger. Nothing of that foo-foo stuff. Just get you a Forstner bit. Been painting this morning, so yeah, I got my apron on. I try to not soak all my clothes in paint. But maybe I'm just a sloppy old painter. Lord, I don't know. Let's see here. Let me grab a battery over here. Woo! Get this whole thing drilled up. Well, how about one right there? That's good. Then we're going to put one about right there. That's good. Yep. Country boy hanger. Right there. Hang it just like that. It'll hang. Simple. Drop 2 nails in the wall, hang her up there. Lord have mercy. That's perfect. That thing, all I gotta do now is I'll put my business card on this, get it signed and everything, and it'll be ready to sell. I'm doing a lot of patriotic, because if y'all know me, I love my flag. I just painted, let me bring you over here real fast. I'll do a little shaky camera. Just painted that flower stand. Can you see it, folks? I have to hold you at an angle. Just painted that little flower stand. I love red. I do the blues and the greens and, stuff like that. Hey, how y'all doing? All right. Let's bring it down here. Last night I finished up another flag that I just made. It's got 15 pieces of wood in it. It's about an inch thick. I had a lot of scrap left over, and like I told you, it cost me money, and I'm not going to waste scrap. Nope. I'm a designer. And that's one thing about my flags is, my flags are one-off. You're not going to be two, especially these whimsical flags, or nothing like that. I'll get you up here and show it to you. I haven't carved the pieces, and these are simple, Let's get you up here. See? There's the flag. Very simple. Stars. It's got a little bit of wave to it. All that. And everything. And then there's the Punisher. I've got it burned and everything. We could slap some red on it real fast. We could. Let's see how I want to do this. Red, white. This one be red, white. Okay, so this is going to be red. This one be white. This one be red. That'll be white. This one be red. And that'll be white. Just kind of get your pattern right. That's all you got to do. Probably set all the reds and then let it dry and then set the whites. And there's more love I do to these. These things, I do a lot to these. Punishers are probably one of my biggest sellers. One of my biggest sellers. I sell a lot. The difference of me and a lot of the places in Gatlinburg is I'm not sticker shock. Nope. That's one reason, folks, I won't have a store in Gatlinburg, because the rent is so high there. It hurts families. Hang on, I gotta get a different brush. It hurts families. My God, you come here and try to feed your kids and it costs you, half your salary that you just made that week just to feed your kids. That's just ridiculous. So I take pride in my work and my ability and stuff like that. And I just, I won't be in some place that will rip off a family. Well, this brush is not the greatest. Hang on, folks. I go through a lot of brushes. Let's get this brush. I go through a lot of brushes. Lord have mercy. Yes, I do. Yeah. I'll tell you what, we've been having some really strange weather here lately, haven't we? Lordy. Yeah, see how that is? Very simple. You see that, folks? I hope so. Let's get you down here a little closer so you can see. It's kind of hard to paint and hold at the same time now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I normally don't paint on camera, because I do so much of my own style. Hey, like I tell everybody, you got to learn to create yourself. But anybody can do this style, almost. I mean, I do another thing to it that most people wouldn't. They'd say this is done, but it's not. But it's just the artist in me. I'm extremely picky how things lay out. I built that table months ago, and it's not done. I got to add some more love to it after the red dries. It's just a red table right now. It's not my style. So I got to add some more love, and then it'll be done. And I'll clear coat it. That's just a small flower stand that you can put some cute little flowers on. I'll be glad when it finally eventually straightens up where I can get my front porch done up. I love my front porch. I have all kinds of flowers. They're all in my dining room. They're just everywhere. I got cacti. I love cactus. Cacti, it's just a do. I love cactus. I was asked that the other day about where's my shop at in Gatlinburg. Well, I used to be in Gatlinburg. We had a place, and I will not mention the name, when I first moved here and got it. They were just in the toilet. So I came in and changed the whole program, and we were selling. You know, stop shocking the people. Stop putting your necklaces out in the front that's $50, $60, $70, $80. You're sticker shocking everybody. Put your cheap stuff out. It's like fishing. You got to dabble the worm, folks. You're going to hear me say that all the time. Dabble the worm. Remember, smalls are the best. Don't hurt the people. My Lord, people got 2 and 3 kids. They can't afford all them big prices. They, especially in Gatlinburg, they do good to come here to even have a little bit of vacation. As high as it is. And it's sad. But it's high. I'd hate to be raising kids right now. Lord, I don't know how they do it. Like I was telling my wife, I said, the dad would have to be strapped to his job. He would never come home just to have kids. Just to have kids, because it's so high. My neighbor over here one year, when she had her first little one, I seen her at the grocery store, and I love that little boy to death. He was born on my birthday, and that just made an old happy man all happy. Very happy. And I asked her, I said, well, what can I buy the little one? And she walked me around the corner, and she goes, I need diapers. So I just chucked on a bunch of diapers. Woo! Couldn't believe the price just for a few boxes of diapers. And I used to complain back when I had my kids. Lordy have mercy. So that's some of the reasons I just won't rip people off. I just won't. I was asked the other day, what does these things cost? Like this. You know, guy says, well, how much are they? And I said, well, they're $30, and usually they cost me about $10 to ship. He couldn't believe it. He goes, is that cheap or something? I said, yep. It is cheap. I just won't rip people off. I just won't. There's no sense in it. There you go. Now see, you can just see some of the red. Now it's not done. There's more love I'm going to be doing. And then this will be white. White. White goes here. White goes here. This goes blue. This goes white. And everything. Very simple. It's not a hard thing to do. Let's get you up closer. You know, it is all hard hand carved. You've seen me do that. Yes. All right, we're going to let that darling dry. Because I know what happens. I'll get my stupid finger in the way. And then I'll get red where red ain't supposed to be. And then I got to fix it. And I don't want to fix it. You know? I just don't. So the moral of the story is put it away and touch it, add the white after a while. Yes. So let's just set this little darling right over here. Let's just use the old brick. Set it over here. Let it dry. So I don't get my fingers in the way. Okay. So, like I said, I just made this flag the other day. Yes, last night. See how it all waves, you know? And there's six pieces of wood here. No, I mean 15 pieces of wood here. Yes, and there's a lot. I'm just knocking the edges off. These are my primitive flags. I like making flags like this. There's a lot. You can't see it, but I add texture to the face of these quite a bit. And yeah, I will be burning these. And then there's another thing I'm getting ready to do to them. You know, I'm not painting right now. Let's get this thing off. It's getting a little warm in my shop. Like I said, I shut the door. I don't like air conditioning. And I do have a mini split, you know, But I'm not an air conditioning person. I don't run air conditioning. With arthritis and stuff, me and air conditioning just don't get along. Makes my old joints hurt. And I'd rather be a little warm than be in pain all the time. Alright. Yeah. Now I know there's other people who make flags. Flags is just blown up everywhere. But we all got our own style and everything. And you know, all mine are truly hand done. There's no duplicator. There's no nothing. This is a duplicator. See that knife? It's called duplicator. That's my duplicator. Look, I'm duplicating these lines. Do a little whoop-de-doo. Whoop, whoop. That's what we're doing. I had to create flags like this just to ship them. You've heard me talk about that ordeal. Because shipping is just stupidly too high. I think they'd charge you $500 if they had to go around the corner on something big. I really do. There's that knot. Let's skip that. Let's get that razor knife out, because that's just going to tear that blade. That's a really gnarly little knot. And sometimes I'll put 2 stars in it. But I do, like I said, I make the regular American flags, but these are just whimsical and fun, and I just find these to be really, really nice looking. Hang on, folks. Let me find something here. Here she is. Like I said, there is a gnarly little knot right there. See that knot? It's just going to tear my tools up. But I like the knot because it gives it character. Now, alrighty. Let's see how the star's looking in here. Yeah. So you gotta put the puzzle together and just kind of eyeball her. Don't put that cart too fast before the horse. You know? Been working on my sign for the shop. I can't show you, it's outside right now. I did the black border around it a minute ago. And I called the young girl, I texted her, and told her that I have it pretty well ready. I'm telling you what, folks, she is a phenomenal artist. She's amazing. She does calligraphy. I do these statues for weddings and stuff. And then if you want your wedding date on there and stuff, or your anniversary, or God, whatever, she'll do them for me. Yep, she will. And then that way, it can be something that you can just take home, and you know, it's always got your wedding date on there. And I ain't done one of those in a while. It's made out of that old cedar. Yes. Now, I'm not really wanting to sand too much. Nope. Get some fuzzies off. I was watching a guy on his woodworking, and he knows how to edit, and he was making boards slide together, but you know, where no one's touching them, and doing all that speeding and stuff. And I tell my wife, I said, that's something I can't do. That's called editing. Can't do that. There you go. Now, let's get this little darling over here. Yep. Yep. Now, I've been reading about it, but, you know, oh Lord, I just don't comprehend what in the world they're talking about. No. I told you, I'm good with my hands, building, designing, problems. You know, I can settle problems, and I've always been able to repair and stuff. But we didn't grow up with all that crazy stuff. We grew up to be kids that we played outside and played in the mud. Worked on the farms and tractors, and you fixed it then or you starved. Plain and simple. You didn't say, hey Google, how do you fix your tractor? Or hey Google, how do you put on a faucet? Or hey Google, how do you breathe? Nope. Nope, we didn't have all that. You can tell this doesn't have to be $1 million perfect, because I want that look. Hey, excuse me, folks. Yep. We're just knocking them out, aren't we? Okay, I don't like that right there. That's what I'm saying. Just got to get the old eyeball out and do a little visual. That's all you need to do. Now, I can hand carve all these parts and left it all together, but I tell you what, I like it like this. Just another realm of texture and stuff like that. Looks like I whacked my finger. I got all that red paint on it. Trust me, folks, if I was bleeding that bad, we'd have a serious problem. We would. I'd have to go get me a bunch of glue or something. And you know, I've done that. I like super glue when I nick my finger or something. Things happen. I tell people, if you're going to be a carver or a builder, the first thing you got to get over is, yes, you are going to cut yourself. Yes, you are going to mash your fingers. Yes, you're going to do stuff that you really shouldn't have done. And even though you know better, you did it. So if you're going to be me, you're going to be dirty. And stuff like that. But remember, I told you, I judge people by their hands. Alrighty. There you go. We have, oops, it's upside down, Dave. Come on. See, this don't take long. It don't. Let's get you more like this. There you go. It's going to look like she's flowing in the air. Flying along. One thing I like doing is I like sitting out on my little porch out here and carving underneath my flag. I tell you, I can't stress how much I love my American flag. I can't. I just can't stress that enough. There you go, and there you go. This one here needs to be a little bit more love right here. Yes. And this one here too. Oh, I like that. Okay. Let's figure out all these crazy daisy pieces. It's like a giant jigsaw puzzle, folks. Let's get you over here where you can see what I'm doing. I apologize. Get you up here a little bit more. And you're a little down right there. Now what I'm doing, I'm just trying to fit all these pieces. Get everything, now be ready to carve here in a minute. There you go. There you go. Now, we got this nice little wave. Now we're going to do all this right in through here. And this thing will be ready to start getting finished today. Like I said, I glued 15 pieces of wood up. As if you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, there's a 4, there's 5 pieces right there. I had a bunch of this scrap. And, I'm looking at it like, okay, it's a little bowed. It's a little twisted. Let's get you back over, you can see. It's a little bowed. It's a little twisted. Most people are like, okay, it's junk. Throw that stuff away. No. Made my billfold a little thinner the other day when I bought all that. So, nope. It will be made something. If I have to cut it up into smalls and carve my saw out of it, I will. Or boots or something like that. Lordy. Alright. There's that and there's that. Yeah, these are one-off. These are signature pieces. I'll make this again. I like this size, but the difference is I freehand draw the star. All these lines, there's no pattern. I just take a pencil and draw. So, the moral of that story is, if you buy one of my flags, you don't have to, it's going to be similar, but you don't have to worry about going to Bobby Joe's house and I'll look up and like, oh wow, your flag looks like the one I bought the other day. Nope. Not a machine. You will have something different. Alrighty. I like it. Let's get in here. I don't like, now that needs to be tipped. See, it had a strong edge right there. So when it butted up here, then I'll have to do all these. That's why I said you gotta look. Don't get in a hurry. Get the old eagle eye out. Take a peek-see. Now, same thing here. And here. Yeah, I'm using, what is this? 60. Like I said, I want them marks. And I want that look. Alright, now let's take a peek-see again and see if that makes the old man happy. Yep. The only thing I don't like is right there. Alright, let's take another peek. Yep, that'll do me. Now, let's jump on this little darling here. Gotta go the other way. Go against that grain. Alrighty. Get this thing in there the right way. There we go. It's like a puzzle, I told you. Gotta fit this darling together. Now, on this side, it's this edge. Like I said, it's like 14 million times I slide this thing together. Oopsie. Oh, I'm glad that wasn't heavy. Landed on my foot. That wouldn't have been fun. Oh, Lordy. Now, see, it's too strong right there. Alrighty. Now, we got this one to do and this one, and then the star. Now, there's a knot here. Yep. And I purposely put these knots in there. I don't cut them out because they will paint, stain, gives it more character. So I deal with them. I didn't have to have all these knots. I could have said, no, I ain't going to use that piece of wood. Well, see, you got to realize one thing. I had zero amount of money when I was a kid. I just had this ability to do this. So I wasn't picky when I was a kid, especially when I could get wood free. So I've learned to use everything. And I used to work for Fisher Brothers Lumber Company in a little town, Boonville, Indiana. I cleaned, and they're not even in business anymore. But I cleaned, and I did, I cut wooden stakes on the old bandsaw. I can tell you a story about that. Lord have mercy, about cutting my head off. I learned the hard way. And there was a gentleman there named Kenny. Yeah, I loved that man. He just took me in and showed me all kinds of things, and could play the guitar. Oh my Lord, this man could play the guitar. He could just flat play. And he was a natural. He was never been taught or nothing. He played the guitar when he was overseas, when he was in conflict. I think he was in the Army, and he used to play his guitar and everything. I loved that man. Taught me so much. He just, took a dumb old kid and gave him a job. He found out that I wasn't there to do anything. I used to fix screens and screen doors, and I used to cut glass and put glass in glass windows, and I was like 7, 8 years old. I'd go out there and clean all the yard, and then my pay is I could go out there to the scrap box, all those cutoffs that we've been all day long. There's just tons of them in this big old wooden box, and it was mine free. And of course, they would feed me and, stuff like that. But Kenny, I love that man. I can see him right now. I went to his funeral, and there was his guitar and everything right by his cactus. It was hard to take, but he was a super nice guy that, he didn't have to deal with us kids, but he did. He dealt with us. We were just neighborhood little snot-nosed kids. But worked for him. Then I'd go work for a grocery store called Barney's, and I'd sweep and clean, and I would make money there. And I'd get a bologna sandwich, go down to the gas station and get an orange crush for a nickel, and a bologna sandwich cost me, time I got bologna and some penny candy and penny bubble gum. Remember when it used to be a penny? Lord, I do. I'd get like $1 or something that day for working. And then I'd go to another grocery store called Bombs, and I would washed Coke bottles and cleaned, and and then I had a mowing business. I mowed grass, and I had a bicycle business. And I, built custom bicycles for people, repaired them. I even had a fishing worm business. I lived by a beer joint, and all these people were little, filling their oats that day. And my neighbor used to have a septic system for EPA got a hold of it, and he would open up that valve in his backyard. It stunk to high heaven. Woo, did it stink. But I'd go out there and pull all the fishing worms, night crawlers and stuff out of the ground and cut them things in half. And then I built me a little shack on the side of the road, and I sold fishing worms to the people across at the beer joint. And the other place I worked for is Raymond's Feed Mill. I made feed when I was a kid. Horse feed, pig feed, I made it all. Cow, we made all kinds of feed. I did that. So basically, folks, I've worked all my life. I have. Grew up rough and worked all my life, but I gained so much knowledge because I mainly didn't play with kids. I mainly have worked. Most kids, when they would get out of school and stuff, they went to their volleyball and they went to their basketball or football. I never went to one game when I was in school. You know why? I had a job. I had a job every day after school. There was reasons I had to have that job, but we won't get into that. A lot of water went underneath the bridge. I try to forget that part of my life. Try to live peaceful as an old man. Yes, I do. We're getting done with this little thing. Not finished, Lord. No, that's the other thing I got to do. Just get it finished and everything. But I just wanted to jump on here and let everybody know that I appreciate everybody and everything. And I thank everybody that's been following me. Let me get you up here. Been following me and everything. And I appreciate all the likes and the comments and everything. And I'll get this star back into here. And look, you can see it. There's the star. I know it's kind of rough and everything. But I'll get everything together. There's my wife back there. Say hi.
Hi, how y'all doing?
That's my wife, Lara. So I appreciate everybody and everything. And I will just talk to everybody later. And I thank you. And remember, God bless America. Thank you again.